Hello, this is Tom. It's Monday, November 12th, 2018, not Saturday or Sunday like usual. And that is because I have reached my goal and I'm changing the format a little bit. Today I thought I would just summarize what I have done. So let's take a look at this. I started January 6th, 2018. And officially reached my goal of 163 on October 27th. I lost a total of 36.9 pounds. The number of days between the start and the end was 294, 42 weeks. Every day I lost a little over 0.13 pounds. Every week, about 0.9 pounds per week. Assuming 3 meals a day, I ate 882 meals between January 6th and October 27th. And I looked at my calendar over the year and found out that of those 42 weeks, 27 of them I was traveling for work. Assuming I ate 3 meals a day, 325. I also added 1 extra day per week because a lot of times I traveled Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, came back Friday, and on Friday ate a meal on the road. Sometimes 2, but I only counted 1. I also had 2 weeks of traveling on vacation or personal times. So that worked out to 42 meals. And then how many times do I eat out while home? My wife and I usually eat at least once out every 3-day weekend. She only works Monday through Thursday, so a lot of times on Friday we will eat lunch out. And honestly, a lot of times we eat at least another meal out, but I only included 1 while at home. So that was 42 meals at restaurants throughout this time here. Total of 409 meals at restaurants out of the 882, which means 46 and just about 0.5% of all the meals that I ate this year so far have been at restaurants. How many times did I go to the gym? 1 time. I made a video showing when I was on a treadmill how many calories I was burning per mile. That was the only time I was at a gym the whole year. I do a fair amount of walking just for health benefits for the most part. I looked up my Samsung phone and found out it could give me summaries for months. And so here's many miles, steps, and calories I averaged per day in the month of January. And I added them all up, took the averages, so overall I walk about 2 miles a day, which is 5,950 steps more or less, which burns about 240 calories. So as you can see, when you look at this and look at this, exercise is definitely not a big part of the plan, though I'm willing to bet that walking 2.8 miles a day is more than the average person. Certainly not as much as the joggers I see running around, but I see a lot more people driving around than I see running around. So I'm thinking 2.8 miles of walking is probably a little bit better than average. So this is probably the only activity I do that helps me lose weight compared to the average person who doesn't do any exercise at all. So how are things going to change now that I've met my weight goal? Well, I'm going to eat the same. There are no stages to the Query Theory diet, where I lose a lot of weight at the beginning and then do a maintaining. That just doesn't happen. I reduced calories on day 1, and then maybe as my appetite gets used to that, I reduce them again. But I keep eating the same food, just in smaller amounts. I plan to walk just as much or as little as I already have. In the winter months, I tend not to walk as much as the warmer months, but overall, I walk because it's good for me health-wise, not so much as a way to lose weight. Very importantly, I'm going to continue to weigh myself every Saturday morning. It's very important to weigh yourself the same day, around the same time, every week for the rest of your life. If you start eating more or exercising less and your weight starts to creep up, your scale is going to show it to you every single time. So just to keep yourself in check, keep on weighing yourself. And then on our 1-year anniversary of when I started this diet, January 6, 2018, I'm going to come back on January 5th, 2019 and show you where I'm at. And other than that, that's all I plan to do. So I put together a short video that shows my every Saturday morning introduction in about 5-second clips from January through last week, showing the change of my face. And the one thing that I can say is that I have a naturally round face compared to some. So the weight loss that you see in my face is not as dramatic as you might think. And I want you to take particular notice how some weeks, even though I have lost weight, my face looks heavier. That can be done by various lighting techniques, camera angles, what have you. It's all photography that makes my face look heavier one week compared to the next, even though it's not. So be careful of those before and after photographs. A lot can be done. At the very end, I'll have a comparison of the first and the last weeks, and side by side you'll be able to see that there was a drastic change over time. So, until January 5th, 2019, you have a great rest of the year, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or any other holidays that you have. And keep at it. Bye.